the Bible comes to life.
A drive northwest from Nazareth through the Galilean region takes you to the west coast of Israel. Along the Mediterranean Sea, you will find a city that prides itself on its history. The ancient port city Akko was the last stronghold for the Crusaders. Later in 1799, Napoleon Bonaparte suffered his first defeat ever after trying to take the city. Today, life in Akko remains much like its ancient past. Old buildings are still used for houses and businesses. Fishing is still a major pastime, both for commerce and hobby, and there is still a strong pride for their beloved country. South of Akko lies another seaport city, Haifa. Unlike the city of Akko, Haifa has strayed away from its past and has become a mecca for industry and tourism. Today, Haifa's major draws are the pristine gardens of the Baha'i faith, the bustling city life, and the recreation and relaxation on the Mediterranean Sea.
Some of the oldest ruins in Israel lie southeast of Haifa at Megiddo. To tourists, the area may appear to be just another arbitrary collection of stones, but to archaeologists, this site is priceless. They've been able to decipher between 20 distinct historical periods ranging from 4000 BC to 400 BC. Among the most fascinating finds have been the relics from the city built by King Solomon in the 10th century BC. Megiddo's strategic positioning at the head of a mountain pass at the western end of the Jezreel Valley makes it most desirable for military minds. Megiddo lies in the shadows of another mountain in Israel oozing with history entitled Mount Carmel. It was here that Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to see whose God could answer with fire. The Old Testament account from 1 Kings describes the folly of the prophets versus the faith of Elijah, who wound up slaying his adversaries with a sword. From atop Mount Carmel, you can get a panoramic view of the Jezreel Valley, the site of many a decisive war in the history of the Holy Land.
But the battle to end all battles has yet to be fought in this valley. It's the battle where scriptures say the battle of Armageddon is to be fought.
Traveling about halfway from Haifa to Tel Aviv, you come to the ancient coastal ruins of Caesarea. Herod the Great began construction of this city in 25 BC and finished it 12 years later. He named it after Caesar Augustus and made it the Roman capital of Judea. The fingerprints of Rome are everywhere, from the ruins of the ancient theater to the discovery of an inscription bearing the name of Pontius Pilate, the first such inscription ever found.
For pilgrims visiting the Holy Land, having a clear understanding of the history of the stones is very important. For instance, if you look behind me, the stones represent actually 3 different time periods. The darker stones at the bottom coming from the Roman era. Just above them, the Byzantine period is represented in the stonework, and the stones at the very top are representative of the Crusader period.
The old city of Caesarea, or Caesarea, as it is called in Israel, holds special biblical significance for a number of reasons. It was home to Philip the Evangelist. It's where the Apostle Paul was imprisoned for 2 years. It's also where Peter brought Cornelius to be baptized. Some of the most scenic sites of historical ruins can be found here, where the Mediterranean kisses the shores of ancient civilization.
Along the sandy shores is one of the most magnificent beaches in the entire Mediterranean, Tel Aviv. Founded in 1909, Tel Aviv is far from the history and tradition of other Israeli cities. Tel Aviv is considered to be the New York City of Israel, embracing the glitz, the fast pace, and the yuppie lifestyle of a metropolitan city. However, just blocks away from Tel Aviv's hotels and high-rises sits a small neighborhood that dates back 4,000 years called Jaffa. According to Christian tradition, Jaffa was named after Noah's son, Japheth, who built the city after the Great Flood. Others believe that the city's name comes from the Hebrew word for beauty. It is on these cobbled lanes that the simple and peaceful life is lived. From a nice afternoon stroll window shopping, to lunch with a friend in a small cafe, to admiring ancient pieces of artwork in a local park. The charm of this old city is a good reason for some residents of Tel Aviv to take a short break from the busyness of the big city.
The Holy Land. For many who come here, it's the journey of a lifetime. During our travels through Israel, we encountered pilgrims from all over the world, people who felt compelled to come and see the land where the stories of the Bible unfolded. We came upon scores of Christian tourists, many from the United States. The group worshiping in the upper room was from Arkansas and Tennessee. At the Israeli-Lebanese border, we came across a group of tourists from Florida. Their tour guide was from Atlanta. But the pilgrims who impressed us the most were from Germany. We passed them just before sunset on our way to Tiberias.
We are on the way to Jerusalem. Yes, there our pilgrimage ends. We started 2nd May in Germany. We went through Germany, Austria, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, and Greece. And we went all the way by foot and without money to Greece, without any money like the real pilgrims do. Till 1990, I was in the shipping business in Hamburg. And then I found the Lord, or the Lord found me, and then from one day to another, my whole life changed. I've given everything up in Germany for this way. And I feel like I have a mission here in Israel. I don't know yet exactly what it will be, but I feel like doing something for the Messianic Jews. There are some in Israel, and God loves his people, and I think he likes that these communities of Messianic Jews grows, because it's very close to the time that the Messiah will return. And that's maybe the purpose. God bless you. Bye.
The Holy Land, where the